This Saturday, the crossroads lined up a new beginning, and we are shifting straight into a masterful Sabbath. Let's talk about it. Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekale if you're catching this in the evening time. Ekalo if you're catching this in the early morning's rise. I am iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on 222.9, the Mothership. Internet radio for the road less traveled. And we are winding down your Saturn-ruled, Eshu-venerated Saturday, all lined up on a new beginning, October 19th, day of 19-1, matching the day of the month. This is all on your fourth Saturday of autumn equinox and the last one of Libra season, and the moon tonight is waning in the second house of Taurus. So release unbalanced, outdated, limited values. Because as our world consciousness is changing, so should the things we hold important. I like that. All right, so if you're listening at the 9 o'clock hour, you got 2 hours and some change to work all that out before the clock strikes midnight. And then she tosses that time clock all the way up to the crown chakra. We go from the carnal essence all the way up to the crown essence for your sun-ruled, Obatala venerated Sun's Day. And we got a Masterful Sabbath coming up after the crossroads just lined it up. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or your 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on radio for the road less traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.
Rest, restore, reflect, purify, gospel, white, old-time religion, Iba Obatala, Iba Rumila, sermons, humility. Welcome to Sundays on the Mothership. Ashe.
And we are back. All right, so in case you're just now joining us, I am iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, and we are getting your 6 a.m. or 9 p.m. Mystic Forecast for Sunday, October 20th, 2024. And the day vibrates on an 11 too. So we have a masterful Sabbath on a divine feminine too. So that kind of calls my attention to Obatala's roads that are feminine. Because I often refer to Obatala being the king of the Orisha. But there are some roads of Obatala that are feminine. So Obatala is androgynous. The Holy Spirits do stuff like that. And the king of the Orisha is ruling the day Ojo Aiku, and that's the day of longevity. And this is why the Sunday is the Sabbath. We rest, we reflect. Even God took a day off, honey, so take notes, sit down somewhere. And this is the turn up day for those born in the house of Leo. Hey, hey, hey. So, all you lions, let your sun energy chill and replenish. All on your fourth Sunday of autumn equinox and Libra season. And the moon is waning in the house of Gemini. So, you got some duality energies at play here. But my spirit is giving me to give you to just relax and let your ancestors do their thing in any area where there is cloudiness or confusion. Ashe, Ashe. We are reaching the last couple of days of Libra season, headed into the season of the stingers. So that puts us in the third decan. And so if you were born between October 14th and the 22nd, you are Libra, half Gemini. In the 12 figures of African spirituality, we are still in the season of the traveler. No, the distance, my bad. Until November 3rd. But if you were born on October 19th, happy solar return. May the ancestors of Olomade, Orishas, and all saints of your respective faith bless you with many, many more, filled with Baba Ire. And Baba Ire just means many blessings. But if you were born on October 19th, you are sensitive and shy and could cultivate self assurance. For you could accomplish much more if you were more aggressive. Ogun might need to slide a couple more discs of iron in your backbone. You love your home and your pleasant surroundings, and you strive at all times to make others happy. October 19th birthdays, you better make sure you save yourself some of that happy juice. Don't let everybody put their weight on your scales. I'll leave it at that. All right, other 11 zodiac houses, haterade is not alkaline. So, make sure you are showing all the Libras in your life some love as they turn up in their season. All right. And while you're at it, while we still in Libra season, take a peek at the Libra energy in your chart. That's right. Break out that natal chart, study your placements of Saturn. No, not Saturn. Why did I say that? Well, house seven is what I was trying to say. House seven, you want to check Venus and you want to check your placements of Libra. And that will show you a lot about balancing those inner scales within. I'm going to take another quick break, and when I come back, we are going to get to the planets in retrograde. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on 222.9, the Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. Bima. Hmm, what is going on here? That was weird.
Did you like it here at the crossroad? The jester's intersection? Then why don't you join me tomorrow for some R&R in the Alabaster Divine? That's www.poeticallymused.org/Alabaster Divine. Great place to spend a Sunday. See you there. Ashe.
And we are back. So, here's what we got going on for this planetary retrograde. We've still got Saturn in retrograde in Pisces from June 29th until November 15th. And that's going to shut down a lot of Delulu. That's going to, keep mailing back all those karmic packages for folks that's been playing on the wrong side of their shoes crossroad. And for all of us, it calls getting our spiritual priorities straight. Because as we shift into the 5D, a lot of the 3D things that once meant everything are really not that important anymore. And so when you feel your values change when you're growing spiritually. And Saturn retrograde will bring about tests to see if you're going to go back down those old pathways. And you'll be tested to see if your values have changed. And there are many rewards that await spiritual mastery. So make sure you ground in what you really believe in. This is going to affect Capricorns and Aquariuses more than the other 11 houses. All right, we're still in Neptune retrograde, and she's retrograding in her own house, going in on July 2nd, coming out on December 7th. So let's kind of say 72127. I'm going to get that number for you guys, or y'all look it up and put it in the comments. But it's just, I'm fascinated with that number pattern. But, anyways, this affects Pisces people more than the other 11 houses, not only because it's one of both of their ruling planets in retrograde, it's retrograding in its own house. So that's a serious intensity and shift of a belief system, if that makes sense. And this is going to make your dreams very vivid. So keep your dream journals next to your bed so you can record your dreams, you know, and assess them to what's going on in your waking life. Also, Neptune's retrograde works hand in hand with Saturn's retrograde in Pisces and shattering delusions and kind of closing off portals of escapism so that you have to go within. And for many, it's going to be very, very intense. And for others of us, we're used to it, but we just have to go in on deeper levels. Ashe. All right. We also have Chiron in retrograde, and Chiron in retrograde affects all 12 houses in equal measure. And this comes with some heat and bringing up old wounds so that you can release them, you can heal them, and you can go on about about your ascension. Because Chiron in retrograde is bringing up the very wounds that are holding you back from your full ascension. And so that's where it's going to be kind of tough with Saturn in retrograde. And then we have uh, Neptune in retrograde, and that's really pushing you to put your actions behind your intuition or honor your ori per se. All right. And with Chiron in retrograde, in the midst of all of that, that brings up the deepest wounds so we can cut those bricks off of our legs and turn our pain into purpose once and for all and keep it a consistent thing. Ashe. Now, for one of the planetary retrogrades that bring rewards, and actually there's two. We have Uranus in retrograde that went in on September 1st, and we're going to be in this retrograde until January 30th of 2025. This is the other ruling planet of Aquarius, and so both of Aquarius's planets are in retrograde. But this is a good one because this retrograde is coming in Taurus, and Taurus is love and values. So a lot of people that have been living righteously, living on the right side of the crossroad, you know what I mean? Um, it's time to manifest the divine bag. So this retrograde is going to bring together a lot of kingdom unions. There are going to be all of the, well, I won't say all of them. Many twin flame reunions will be coming back together. Kingdom unions will be coming together, and divine bags will be secured. So when you find yourself kind of being challenged on everything you believe spiritually, that's just the divine making the tweaks it needs to so you can align with your higher vibration. And that higher vibration is is the energy you need to be in to manifest. Ashe. All right, and last but not least, we got Jupiter in retrograde that just went in 10 days ago on the 9th and will be coming out on February 4th. And that retrograde is in Gemini. So I'm looking at this like this is a Jupiter's kind of tag teaming with Uranus and Saturn's retrograde because Jupiter is a planet of expansion, and in retrograde it becomes contraction. The interesting thing is this is a contraction in the house of duality. So Saturn is mailing back packages to the karmics. Jupiter's retrograde is going to put some fuel behind that. Those that have been living righteously, and been long suffering because of it, Jupiter's retrograde is the heat behind pushing in that divine abundance. So it's like that's like fuel around this huge great divide. You just see a lot of people. It's like this, and it's like the chosen ones, the ones that have been living in alignment are doing this, and the karmics are doing this. So while you're taking this masterful Sabbath, treat everyone with love, of course, but carefully assess who you're going to allow to come back into your world. Because at this point, the ones that are meant to be in your life are the ones that are ascending too. So beware of the ones that want to leech onto your energy to save them from their karma. Ashe. Whew, that was a lot. All right. And then you can also take a look at your natal chart again and look at your placements of these planets to get a more personal perspective on how each of these retrogrades affect you. I am iiiYansaje Muse, and this is Radio for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. Mhm.
Ori, the poetic incantation, written by yours truly. I painted this a crown lavender for you. Listen. Ori, Ori, voice of the god, voice of the goddess, that slice of Olodumare in you, in me, the spirit, and all living things, Ibashe Iponri. It must be open, open to receive, the first womb in us all to conceive. Downloads. Obedience results in divine tales to be told, and a sight to behold you become. But the ego suffers marriage casualties, so don't run. Surrender, and life gets fun. So come, the sun awaits to caress your pineal. It gets real when your vision shifts. Your soul will sing Aretha riffs as your spiritual gifts get discovered. You'll love it, Ori. Ori. Ibashe Bonri, spirit of the consciousness where thoughts and experiences nest, rest, processed and harvest perception, the body, the spirit and soul's constant birth, death, and resurrection. Once erected, discern to protect it, become more selective. Humility keeps it open, open to correction, and you're a constant painted brush of imperfect perfection. Ori, Ori, the first mind. How eighth and ninth chakras connect to third eyes. And like owls, you'll grow wise. And the pigeons may despise, 'cause it may make you look pompous. But actually it's your compass. Through labyrinths, turn new neural pathways that irrigate your own ways. Oh, genius. Live and love the God and Goddess embodiment and mean it. Ori. Ori. That light switched on from within, see. Those who seek union with their spiritual double tend to steer around troubles more fluently. Instinct creates distinction between intelligence and imbalanced thinking, and more easily visible are tricksters that come with booty shaking and eyes winking. Choices and actions switch the tonics you're drinking, and you're tasting the sweetness of molasses divine living, and you just shivered if this resonates. So birth the seeds that all your divine mind incubates. Shift the math, shift the math, shift the math, then recalculate a new totality, or re-onire that higher reality. Ori, Ori, Olodumare in you and in me. Assisted by the Orishas, speaking through mounted street preachers, forces of our natures, then life becomes a teacher, with blessings in tow for those who keep reaching, to beseech thee, highest you, the highest me. Raise the vibration and the world beams up collectively, so let's just be aligned with Impori, Iponri, Ori, Ori, the lock and the key. iiiYansaje Muse, moon waxing in Scorpio. Ashe. From Headdress First, an overview and workbook for your Ori. The Art of Spirituality, Volume 1, written and produced by iiiYansaje Muse. Available now. See the link in my profile. Oh, and beam up to 222.9 the Mothership on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time to hear excerpts of this book infused with contemporary gospel and a smooth jazz groove, all in veneration to the King of Iba Obatala. Ashe.
And we are back. So if you are tapped into divine algorithm, then you're seeing this and this is your message. All right, so take today to rest, but tomorrow you got to get moving because something is imminent. A very imminent blessing is coming into your life. It's like a good storm chaser. This big cloud rain of abundance and positive energy is headed your way. There's no stopping it. So go ahead on and rest and get clear with the universe about what you want because you've got an ocean of positive energy that's coming your way and it's due back to you. If I didn't know better, I would say thank the heavens for the power of Uranus retrograde. So you're going to have to get moving because this next phase in your life is going to require a new you. So the old you going to have to get moving. And get moving doesn't always mean something physical. It also means moving forward mentally, moving forward spiritually, pulling your focus out of everything that is not pertaining to this imminent blessing on the way. And here we go. We got magical moment. Magical moment. So, a very huge magical moment is about to take place in your life, and you're going to have to get moving to prepare for it, to show the universe that you believe it will deliver. And the scripture cards are coming from Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3, that says, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee." To those of y'all that have been focusing on your highest destiny, living in alignment, here it is. Brace yourself, all the positive things that you manifested. And check out the alignment. At the time this tarot reading was done, the day's vibrating on an 11-2. And if you add up 2 plus 6 plus 3, you get 11. 11-2. Love the alignment. The other scripture is Psalms 91:3. And that's an interesting connection because the first radio station I ever worked was KPVU 91.3. And it says, "He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler." All right. So, whatever spiritual battles you've been in, because you let this battle be the divine's and not yours, it's time for you to reap your divine inheritance, and that may result in some karmic people around you needing a fall. But it was infinite, it was bound to happen. Your season of struggle is over, and even though you might have gotten comfortable with it after years of attacks, it's time to get comfortable with the divine highlight. So get moving, get ready for it. It's coming. All you've put out is love, and it's time for you to receive it in return. There's my general message. Should you need a personal read, call me on Mondays. Sunday, my oracle rests. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is Radio for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9, and this is the forecast.
You know what makes me the king of all Orisha? My patience, my humility, my cool head, and my never-ending strive for spiritual purity. Obatala, the Sun Collection, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutiq. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up.
And we are back. Thank you for joining me for this forecast. I certainly hope that you gain some things that will help you have a divinely blessed Obatala venerated Sunday. And may you remember patience, perseverance, humility, and keeping a cool head will help you to prevail above all things. If you are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, then stay tuned for my Saturday nightly vision of what love looks like. But listener discretion is advised because if you're hearing this at the 9 o'clock hour, it's still Saturday night. The carnal energy and the moon is up, and it gets freaky, gets nasty, gets real. I'll leave it at that. All right. If you are listening at Sunday Rising, then stay tuned for the Rising Bimbe to Obatala before we let the church say amen with contemporary gospel, smoothing it out with some smooth jazz after 4 o'clock. Either way, remember, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind, the rest will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up.
Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.